That song is called Naked. Look me in the eyes when you're fucking me. Baby, don't you leave me here all alone. Think I don't notice how you have me on phone. If you don't love me, that's just how it is. But don't you fuck with mine when I'm giving you head. Scared to be in love, scared to be alone. Don't lead me on. Soft-hearted people, they don't patronize. Heaven is a place in your plentiful thighs. So if you're hungry for me, come out and exclaim. Lying here naked is the day that we came. Scared to be in love, scared to be alone. Don't lead me on. Well, I know who I wanna be. So where do I constantly pine for someone who treats me so awfully? Scared to be in love, scared to be alone. Don't lead me on. Pine for someone who treats me so. Crying for someone who treats me so awfully. This song is called X Text. Let me save you some time. I don't want your birthday text next year. Saying I hope you're doing fine. When I was around, you didn't even care. Well, I won't betray myself again. have left with me. And everything else has gone away. Well, that moment I surprised you and longing, that look in your eyes, I could have died. And after all this, you treated me like I was worthless, because I let you again and again. So let me save you about a minute. I don't want your birthday text next year. Saying I'm rooting for you and I mean it. Well, I'll tell you what I don't need, are your half-hearted words on my telephone screen. Well, I won't betray myself again. Lying on the floor begging you to stay. Regrets are all that you have left with me. And everything else has gone away. You're just some ex texting me now. Well, I won't betray myself again.
Despite this being a taping, this is like the best crowd I've had in a long time. I've been playing these wineries that are very loud. This song's called Butterfly.
Woke up this morning and I was feeling lost. I've settled down. At what cost I don't remember what it's like to feel alive. Since I killed with a thrill all the last of those butterflies. Walked out the front door and I looked around. The sun was shining, put my feet on the ground. Then I saw one last little butterfly. They said, oh, what do you expect to find? With a nervous stomach, that's a warning sign. For a broken heart and a worried mind. Oh, I've given up trying. like a stone. I'm begging you, darling, just leave me alone. Been planting milkweed and goldenrod for years on end. My hands are raw. You know I won't forget what we did last spring. But it breaks my little heart when you grab my guitar and sing. Oh, what do you expect to find with a nervous stomach? That's a warning sign. For a broken heart and a worried mind. Oh, I've given up trying. To find with a nervous stomach, that's a warning sign. For a broken heart and a worried mind. Oh, I've given up trying. Do I do another one, two more? What?
You got about 5 minutes.
Okay, I'll do one more. Yes, okay. I know exactly the one. This one's called New England Woman. Break my back, Bethlehem, steal me away. I work till I'm hungry, spend all my pay. And tall weeping pine is a sad sight to see. But your Mount Auburn games mean nothing to me. I can't get it out of my head that they can bleed a man dry, and it keeps me alive to lay down in your arms when my work is done. New England woman, strap me to a rocket ship, blast me to space. Can't spend one more hour in this god-awful place, bouncing off walls, crazy as alone, hoping the day will come soft and cut soon. And I can't get it out of my head, no matter how hard I try, and it keeps me alive to lay down in your arms when my work is done. right in a riptide of mind on the beach. I'm grasping for something just out of my reach. Boy with no talent, a heart overcome. God, it's this moment right here in your arms, and I can't get it out of my head. Lord knows I tried, and it keeps me alive to lay down in your arms when my work is done. New England woman, New England woman, New England woman.
Hello and welcome back to Motifs Between the Notes, sponsored by Rhode Island Blood Center, RI Energy, Mother Earth Dispensary, R1 Indoor Karting, and Trinity Brewhouse. I'm Tess here at the Parlour with Avi Jacob, who just put on a great performance. How are you doing today?
I'm good, thank you.
You're good?
I'm good. Everything's good.
Don't have too much personality there. Let's get started with how you first got into music. Can you walk me through that journey?
Sure. I always loved music. When I was little, I used to play on the keyboard and sing love songs like for my parents, maybe 4 or 5 years old.
So you started with the piano?
Yeah, with like
Keyboard.
a little unweighted keys, cheap
Yeah.
little Yamaha keyboard. And then I played trombone, and then I got guitar, and then banjo, and now I like to play piano still.
Nice. And then when did you start performing live?
I started playing at folk coffee houses when I was about 14, 15. I wore a Rage Against the Machine t-shirt constantly, and I was very greasy. And I played somewhat problematic and not very good, like emo folk.
But was it a phase?
For sure, sort of, I guess.
Yeah, it was-
Still doing like very emo folk, I guess.
Yeah. I feel like it's more like melancholy than emo.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I just am a lot more conscious, I think.
Yeah. So you mentioned when we were doing sound check your weird old instrument. Can you tell me a little bit about the guitar that you brought?
Yeah, it's my only guitar that I own. It's a 1972 Harmony Sovereign, and I've just played the fuck out of it, so it's very worn from my fingernails.
You said that you got a guitar. Was that the first guitar that you ever got?
No.
Okay.
The guitar I got 12 years ago. The first guitar I got was at not JCPenney, Ann and Hope department stores. It was a knockoff Fender Strat electric, and it was really crappy. And I still remember very vividly, like trying to, press my fingers on thing and make a sound, like without it deadening or buzzing or whatever. And then, then I've had my first acoustic was a Fender that I got when I was about 14 or 15 in Maine that my father bought me. It's just like a Fender, the like base model acoustic.
But that one's been with you for 12?
That's been my main guitar for about 12 years.
It's seen some stuff, huh?
A lot of songs, a lot of playing, a lot of practice.
Nice. So you're from Dartmouth, Massachusetts. When did you hop over and join the Rhode Island music scene?
I grew up in Dartmouth. I moved to Boston and went to school there and started really playing out there. And then I moved to Charleston, South Carolina. And I was there for about 6-7 years. And then I've been back here since 2017-ish, 2018.
So you've explored a bit. What do you think makes the Rhode Island music scene different?
I would say, like most Northeast music scenes, it's like maybe a little, It's not the friend. It's like it's not even like the people are unfriendly. It's just cold and we all keep to ourselves, you know? I think that's like everyone's
But
really
do you think
nice.
that everybody knows everybody?
It's small enough,
Yeah.
sure.
Nice.
Yeah, I don't know. Actually, I don't know. Sometimes I saw my friend was playing the other night, and then she was playing with a couple of other artists I had never heard of, and they were wonderful. And I was like, oh, I don't know everybody.
Yeah, there are
I think,
still people to
yeah.
it.
The idea that like you know everybody because it's a small scene, I think, is like usually wrong.
Yeah.
Because there's like, oh, it's a city. There's a lot more people than
Yeah.
in my like clique of like Americana.
Yeah, there are
folk
always
artists.
more people to discover, for sure.
Yes.
So you released an EP, Preservation, in 2020. How was it releasing that during that time in the world that was COVID?
It was like screaming into a void, you know? It was just like...
Kind of just pressing.
It's kind of like I never even put it out. I don't even like, you know... It's kind of like it got put out and then it's just there. You know, there was no like putting it out. I made a new album that's coming out early next year and that's like going to be like put out.
That's,
you know,
yeah.
Like I have people that are like helping me and
There's going to be some
involved.
marketing.
Yes. That kind of thing.
When should we expect that album? Or what can you say
March.
about the album? March.
It's called Hawk in the Nest.
Nice.
And it's every song has bass and drums and keys and there's no guitar and there's horns and it's like a really grooving album.
Nice. What did you do during COVID to kind of stay creative and keep sane?
I was lucky. I had my son, and so COVID was like us getting a lot of time together. So taught him how to ride a bike, and then by the end of COVID, was teaching him how to shave. So it's like COVID was so long. It was such this long thing. Like,
Yeah.
so there was a lot of time, like just raising my son and watching movies and
Did you write at all?
practicing a
Write
lot.
any music?
Oh yeah, I wrote a lot of music.
Yeah. Will any of that be on the upcoming
Yeah,
album?
this album is all written during the pandemic.
Nice. Now, you've toured internationally. Do you have any crazy stories from that? You did a Scandinavian tour?
I have no crazy stories because I don't drink alcohol and I don't I don't drink alcohol and I don't like ever hook up with people, so I have no crazy stories. I like to get to bed early and wake up early and have
Okay.
coffee and then arrive like early for things and do my best.
You live a very, it seems, healthy lifestyle. No sugar, vegan.
Yeah. Obsessively healthy.
Yeah.
I need things to be like exactly sort of how I need them.
Yeah.
And outside of that, I get thrown off really easily.
Yeah. Do you have any memorable moments during the tour aside from getting blackout or waking up in a random bed or anything?
Well, the best part of that tour was I had bandmates that were based in Stockholm, Sweden, just for that, and they were the sweetest guys, and I sort of like fell in love with them. You know, we had
Yeah.
like a very loving and affectionate sort of connection, which
Yeah.
I had never had with like bandmates, or you know, it was like I guess interesting to have that with men.
Why do you think that happened in that specific situation?
I think because I was out of America.
Yeah.
I don't, you know, it's like I didn't realize how pervasive America is until I left. Like, I remember it was like rush hour and there were all these cars and bikes and they shared the road and they were just like peacefully merging and taking turns. And there was no fights.
There's no anger.
There was no fights and no anger. I didn't see a single like fight or argument. Now, one could say like partially why it's such a homogenous society and they're not very like friendly to immigration. So it's not like it's all great. You know, there's
Yeah.
like a double-edged sword for that.
Yeah.
But it was like pleasant, at least for me to be there and to meet the other musicians that played too.
Nice.
There was a lot of really nice people whose music I admired, and they were playing like the headlining, and I was like playing first, and so but when you're like in the back or whatever, it's just like everybody's the same.
Yeah.
Nobody's like,
There was
oh,
good camaraderie back
yeah,
then.
you've done this and you
Yeah.
won a Grammy, but I've
Yeah,
never
yeah.
seen before. There's none of that. Like,
What are your
everybody was-
credentials?
yeah, just being in the room was enough
Mm-hmm.
to be like accepted. And I made friends, and it was like a bit like camp, like summer camp, because it was this tour with these festivals, and everyone's playing the same
Yeah.
festivals.
And
like,
you're like far away, so it's like, oh, sleepaway camp.
yes, it had a camp like feel. So I got to like camp with people whose music I really admire.
Mm-hmm.
So that was really nice.
Nice. So you're performing and there's an audience. What do you want your audience to experience, or what do you want them to feel during your performance?
Oh, something
Emotion.
hopefully good. I don't know. I think it all depends. Sometimes I feel like it's maybe that I would hope that it's something that I'm being self-aware enough in my lyrics that it inspires a level of self, like maybe appreciating something about themselves,
Mm-hmm.
or something about the world.
Do you want them to relate to your lyrics or connect to your music a bit more?
I don't know. I don't think about it. I make the songs because I'm inspired to make them, and
Yeah.
they're expressions of how I feel, and then I play them because I want to share it. So I don't know if it's like I love the connection feeling,
Mm-hmm.
I've had shows where the audience was like very open and sending me energy, and I was giving all of myself to them, and then the sort of cycle of that was making an ever growing snowball sort of connection and magic that is live music.
Nice. And what's your songwriting process like? Do you handle the music side of it first and then add the lyrics?
They come together. For the most part, it's one feeling that I have, like I'll be overwhelmed, and then one feeling will come out in a melody and one lyric usually, and then I sort of build off of that one thing. That one idea is like the whole rest of the song.
Mm-hmm.
Like usually the first line of my song will be like the thing for the whole rest of it, like sets the tone
Mm-hmm.
and the meaning and the intention, I guess.
So you kind of build off of this one thing.
Yeah, and usually the first line of the song.
How long does it typically take you to bang out a new song?
Sometimes it's 15 minutes, and sometimes I write a verse and then it doesn't have something else, and then a chorus comes 3 years later and I finish it. So I've had songs. There's a song on the new album that I started 8 years ago and just had the chorus, but then it was just a chorus, and then
Yeah.
I was working on some other lyrics and it made sense and I mushed them together.
Put it all together.
Yeah, because like there is like an overall theme of like maybe like heartbreak or suffering or
Yeah.
in like most of the songs, so they can kind of
the
fit
human
together.
experience.
Yes. Yeah.
Nice. And what musicians do you think you take inspiration from? And how do you think that inspiration has affected your sound?
Well, I was actually just someone asked me today about what I've been listening to. I don't listen to folk music. Like I don't
You don't listen to folk music?
Not really. Like I don't listen to the kind of music that I make, because I want to leave like space in my head for that.
Okay.
And
Can you tell me a bit more about that? Do you just not want to crowd your mind with other people's folk music?
yeah, I don't want to be sounding like other people.
Mm-hmm.
And so if I listen to like Anderson .Paak, then I just can enjoy it, because
Mm-hmm.
nothing in my mind is thinking I make music like this, or I'm going to, or he should have done this different, or I don't like that line, or oh, I do something similar to
Yeah.
this. But
Yeah.
so I like to listen to music that makes me forget that I do this, you know,
Yeah.
like D'Angelo and Anderson .Paak and Michael Jackson and Prince,
Okay.
you know, R&B.
Do they inspire your music at all, do you think? Do you think that you take any tidbits
sure it
from
gets
Michael
it.
Jackson?
I'm sure it gets in there, but
Yeah.
it doesn't sound, I don't sound like that. But I think maybe I just find it to be like it's the lyrical connection mixed with a movement,
Mm-hmm.
and it's fun to dance, you know.
Yeah. It is fun to dance.
I think like sitting and listening. If I'm gonna sit and really listen to something, it would be like Leonard Cohen or Patti Smith, something like that, something old.
Yeah.
So I guess I shouldn't say I don't listen to folk, but maybe more. I would listen to much older stuff, maybe more poetic, not the kind of like Americana stuff that I do.
Yeah. How did you find your sound then? Or what was the process of you finding your sound?
I think I just kept doing it until it felt right.
Yeah.
I don't.
So playing the keyboard and playing
Yeah,
that
definitely.
first guitar.
It definitely, the songs come out a little bit different when I'm writing on piano versus guitar.
Mm-hmm.
And I think making an album without guitar was really helpful to see how you can change songs by playing different instruments, and it changes the whole song, you know.
Mm-hmm.
Even though you don't change the lyrics or the music,
Yeah.
you just sort of change the tempo maybe, or the instrumentation and the energy.
Energy. Speaking of energy, you mentioned performing at vineyards where it's kind of like everybody's just drinking and not zeroed in on the performance. What's your ideal performance setting or environment?
I've gotten to experience some really beautiful settings that have been, I couldn't imagine like a better one, you know?
Yeah.
It's just been rare,
Yeah.
you know? Yeah, like I
What
played
have some of those been?
I played at the Charleston Music Hall, and it's a theater,
Mm-hmm.
and it was opening for a sold-out show, so it was, 950 people packed in the theater, and everyone seemed to really be excited to see me, and so I was excited that they were excited, and then
It was contagious.
Yeah, it became this beautiful sort of moment, you know.
Mm-hmm.
And I know people liked it because I sold out of merch after the show. Like everyone bought up everything, and I was like, yes. And then people were really upset that I didn't have more, and so I was like, nice. Better than leave the people who want more. And then another show I had in Chicago, it was at a bookstore, and it was a real small bookstore, but there were maybe 30 people there, so it was really full. And I was able to connect with individual people during the set, like individually for a while. I would play like one song to that person or half of a song, and I would maybe switch. And so, but I felt a really beautiful moment, you know?
Yeah, that
and
sense of intimacy with your crowd.
Mhm.
Nice.
And then after, like, I talked to the people, and it was like, it was a feeling. It wasn't something I imagined, you know?
Yeah, it's beautiful. Do you have any upcoming shows that you'd like to shout out?
Yeah. No, well, when does this come out?
This will probably come out in like 2 weeks.
Okay.
I'm probably thinking, yeah.
Well, I'm playing November 30th
Okay.
at the Blue Room in Cranston with my trio.
Okay.
And December 2nd at the Galactic Theater
We love the Galactic Theater. Nice.
in Warren.
And then you have the album coming out sometime in March.
Yeah, probably
So people
March.
should be on the lookout. Do you have a social media or a website where they can check you out?
Yeah, my Instagram is Hawk in the Nest. And I started this thing where I'm videoing birds and narrating the
That's sweet.
birds.
Did you post something about that?
Yeah,
I
yeah.
think that I saw like the first installment.
Yeah, that's the only one I've done so far, but
Yeah.
I really love it because I love birds.
Yeah.
And I think it's just something that I can do. It's a little different than, it's a breakup from maybe all the things that I'm like used to seeing.
Yeah.
And I love birds.
Nice.
And I hope it's like a calming thing, you know?
The love of birds.
Like the videos. you
Oh,
know?
yeah.
People be like, yeah. Because I was just in the
When's
woods.
the next one coming out?
Yeah, I'll see. But I was in the woods recently, and I was staying in the woods, like on a farm,
Mm-hmm.
and I was reminded of how important nature is. I forget, like, living in cities, you know? Like, if you actually spend some time in nature, you're like, for me, I remember, like, oh,
It's that reminder.
I'm like an animal,
Yeah.
a human animal
Yeah.
who roams the earth
Yeah.
and feeds off the earth and exists in the earth. Like,
Yeah.
in the city, it seems like totally separate. We are like these brains
These, like,
and people and
robots,
bodies. Yeah,
kind
they're
of,
like
yeah.
going from box to box
Yeah.
in like vast boxes to get from one box to another. And not even to, I'm not even insulting them. That's the way I choose to live. But it's
It's
like
a lot simpler once you kind of ground yourself a bit out.
it's almost disconnected
Yeah.
from humanity, and it makes sense that people can like get behind these boxes and then suck in all this like right wing brainwashed nonsense and then be like, no, Trump won the election, or
Yeah.
oh, trans people are a problem, or whatever, because
Yeah,
they're
yeah.
not really human. Like, they're
Yeah.
just sort of separated from humanity.
Yeah. That's awesome. Great.
I figured it out.
Yeah. You're enlightened.
I am now a life coach.
Yeah.
And I
Book
charge.
me.
Yeah. Book me. It's
Yeah.
www.givemeyourmoney.
Okay, well, awesome. Well, we'll keep an eye out for your album
And the life
upcoming
coaching
shows.
business, please.
Yes, and the life and the birds videos.
No, that is really, yeah.
That is something to actually keep an eye out for. But thank you so much, Avi, for being here, and thank you again to our sponsors: Rhode Island Blood Center, RI Energy, Mother Earth Dispensary, R1 Indoor
I've
Carving.
gone to Mother Earth.
You are?
I've gone there. It's nice.
It's
They
beautiful.
don't use any pesticides.
Yeah.
They only carry strains of cannabis they're grown without pesticides.
Yeah, no, it's beautiful
I
in there.
appreciate that of them.
And Trinity Brewhouse. I'm Tess with Motif Magazine. Thank you to the Parlour for letting us use this space, and we'll see you next time, folks.